well. Lizzie, do you want to say hi before we get started? Okay. Here comes Wilson again. Before we get started with our story, I want to tell you guys, send you a reminder that we had Vacation Bible School coming up, and it's going to look a little bit different this year. Instead of being together at the church, we will be doing things together on, here Miss Hayley goes with the crazy hair again. Crazy hair, crazy dog. We will be doing VBS online. We will start June 14th and we'll run throughout the week from June 14th through July 17th. So we'll have about a whole month of things that you guys can hop online and do. And I will be doing a lesson and a story that goes with our theme. And then Miss Cindy will be doing music and craftivities. So if you want more information about Vacation Bible School, you can go to the Children's Ministry Facebook page, or you can contact Fairlena or me or Miss Cindy, and we hope you guys will be able to join us for some of that stuff. So that's that for Vacation Bible School. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Wilson, you ready for a story? I think Wilson's ready for a story. Okay, I'm going to pull this just a little bit closer because I like knowing you guys can see the pictures in the book. All right, so as always, if you want to do the art project at the end, you just need paper and then something to draw or color with. And if you are watching while I'm reading, drop a comment so I can be sure to say hi to you guys. All right, today's story, I thought it would be good because we've had some rain lately, but this story is called How the Crayons Saved the Rainbow. And it is written by Monica Sweeney. How the Crayons Saved the Rainbow. The sun and the clouds were best friends. They worked together to keep the earth warm and the gardens growing. But of all the things they did together, their very favorite was making rainbows so that the world was colorful and happy. I really like the illustrations in this book because they look like they were drawn with crayons, and it reminds me of the things that you guys draw. And if you want to do motions of anything while I'm reading, if you need to move a little bit, you could pick either the sun or the clouds, and you could pretend that you're being one of those. So right now they're both waving and happy. Then one day, the sun and the clouds had a big fight. The clouds were blocking the sun, and the sun couldn't shine through to earth. The sun went sizzle, sizzle, sizzle at the clouds, and the clouds went clap, bang, boom back. So the sun is sizzling like he's hot, like something popping in a frying pan, and the cloud is making those big booming thunder noises. They stopped being friends and were never in the sky together again. That makes me sad. With the sun and clouds far apart, it was scorching hot on some days and damp and cold on others. This looks like it could be Miss Hayley walking Lizzie, except she has different color hair. So look at, hey Bobby! So look at the sun and the clouds. Look at their faces. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever had a fight with a friend or maybe your brother or sister? And worst of all, there were no more rainbows. Without rainbows, the flowers, streams, and even cities started to lose their colors. Soon, the earth was black and white. But in one little town, in one little school, in one little desk, there was one little forgotten box of crayons. And the crayons still had their colors. Now, I have a hard time believing that this desk really belonged to a kid because it's really clean on the inside. And I've never seen one of those. Is your desk really clean? The desk rattled, shook, clambered, and clanked. All of a sudden, it toppled over and the box of crayons tumbled out. I have never seen a kid's desk tumble over and it not be messy. So look, in all that black and white, that one box of crayons still has its colors. Oops. Ooh, here are the crayons. There they all are. Green says, yippee! The yellow is on top of the orange, and the orange says, get off of me! The red says, I'm out of here. Purple says, hey, where are all the colors? Blue says, woe is me. Blue is acting very sad and dramatic. And then the dark bluish, purplish black is over here. And if you can see, this kid, it looks like maybe has peeled a lot of the wrappers off. And this crayon says, I'm naked! If you were a color crayon, which one would you be? I would be the purple. The crayons started to search for the colors. They raided marker bins and tore through art projects. But everything as far as they could see was only black and white. Who made all the colors go away? This is so sad. This is terrible. What about daffodils and butter? And orange says, if oranges aren't orange, do I even exist? What do you think? Hey, Wilson, stop. I think Wilson has an opinion about these crayons. Come here. The crayons looked out the window. The sun was all the way to one side of the sky, looking angry. And the clouds were all the way to the other side, looking gloomy. Amidst all the colors, we can't even draw rainbows together now. Wait, that's it. We need to save the rainbows. So the crayons started drawing little rainbows all over town. But nothing happened. The sun and the clouds didn't seem to notice. We have to make our rainbows bigger, Violet said. Oh, excuse me, I called her purple. She's Violet. Working together, the crayons drew and scribbled. They made the biggest, brightest, most colorful rainbow the world had ever seen. And if you look, sun has got one eye open, and the cloud has one eye open. They're starting to notice. Ever so slowly, the sun perked up, and the clouds floated in for a closer look. So they're here, they're on each side of the rainbow. The sun and the clouds both peered down, admiring the giant rainbow that the crayons had drawn. "What bright colors," said the sun. "It's incredible," said the clouds. They looked at each other with great big smiles. The sun said to the clouds, "Remember when we used to be together all the time and make rainbows?" The clouds nodded. "I'm sorry for going clap, bang, boom at you. I'm sorry for going sizzle, sizzle, sizzle at you," said the sun. "It's better being friends," said the sun, and the clouds agreed. They hugged. The sun shined brightly, and the clouds misted happy rain. Ever so slowly, rainbows appeared near and far, turning the world colorful again. There's all the colors back in their world. And the last picture you see is a relaxing red crayon hanging out, probably on the beach in a little chair. I picked this book. I like this book. I think it is a really good reminder that we can do so much more together than we can on our own. God made us a people who lives together and works together, and we worship together even if we're not all in the same place at the same time. I think it's just a really good reminder that when we work together, we can spread a lot more color, love, and joy in our world. So that's why I picked that book, How the Crayons Saved the Rainbow. And like I said, I really like the illustrations in the book because they remind me of the things that kids draw. And I love the things that you guys draw. I really enjoy seeing that. So if you want to do a little artwork, this is going to be super, super simple. We are just going to make some rainbows. So when you think about in the story, the first thing that they started to do to bring color back into the world was they started drawing little rainbows all over town. And then the sun and the clouds didn't notice, so they started to make bigger rainbows. So you can decide if you want to have small rainbows or medium-sized rainbows or big rainbows. But we're just going to draw, I'm going to draw a rainbow for you, and then if you want, you can add some things to it. But see where in your world you could put some rainbows. Maybe you draw a rainbow and hang it on your refrigerator, or maybe you draw a rainbow and stick it in a neighbor's mailbox to cheer them up, or you draw a rainbow and you mail it to someone in our church to put a little sunshine and color in their mailbox. So I'm going to draw this rainbow in the same colors that it is in the book, the Roy G. Biv. But if you want to put your rainbow colors in a different order, that is fine too. So the best thing about a rainbow is should be really easy to draw. So even Miss Hayley probably can't mess this up. So for your rainbow, you are just going to take your red to start, and you can make your red as thick or as thin as you want. But red is going to be that outside color. And you're just going to make it in a big arch. And I'm doing this kind of fast, so it might be a little bit sloppy, but okay. Then the next color is orange. So if you don't know Roy G. Biv, helps you remember the colors. Red, orange. And so then I'm going to make another little arch inside that one. And remember, nothing that we do has to be perfect. And then after you have your orange, R-O-Y, do you know what the Y would be? The Y would be yellow. So get a yellow. Ooh. You guys are going to laugh when you see my yellow. My markers that I'm using are scented, and this yellow smells like buttered popcorn. Look, I made it kind of big. Whoops. Oh well. R-O-Y, and then G is green. Then you just keep ooh. You guys know by now when Miss Hayley makes that noise that I've probably done something silly. So if you're still coloring and you're not in the same spot I am, we started with red, and then we did orange, then we did yellow, I just did green, now I'm going to do blue. So there's almost kind of two shades of blue. Indigo is kind of a bluish purple. So I'm going to do a lighter blue and a darker blue. Have you thought about where you're going to put your rainbow? I think I'm going to take my rainbow to my neighbor's house and put it in his mailbox. He's an older gentleman who lives alone, and he really likes Wilson, so that might, I can leave it and say it's from Wilson. And here's my last color. A little bit of violet is what it's called on the rainbow, kind of a purple color. So if you're not where I am, where I'm coloring, it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. So you can see here, I made a big rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, I had to think. So you can be like the crayons, and you could make little rainbows, or you could make big rainbows. So that is your challenge, is to make a rainbow or some rainbows and then share them with some people in your lives, and let these rainbows remind you that the best stuff happens when we work together. Okay? Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you liked the story. If you've got any stories that you want to see me read in the future, let me know. I would love to do that. So I will see you guys next week. Let me or Miss Fairlina or Miss Cindy know if you have any questions about VBS. And I will see you guys